put as big as for you guys afterwards. We'll let our panel members speak. Can we give a round of applause for our panel members? Maura and Jessica? I can really give a better round of applause tonight. Okay, so can each panel member take the time to introduce themselves? Ted, can you go first, please?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hello.
My name is Ted Hoover, and I work for PERSAD Center. If you don't know PERSAD, we are we're a wellness clinic. We're in Lawrenceville, working with the community. We were founded in 1972. We're the second oldest one in the country for what we do, and we offer a ton of youth programs in our new space in Lawrenceville. I invite you to look us up, Youth Services at PERSAD on Facebook, and find out we have so much stuff for young people.
Okay, thank you. Can we get a round of applause for Ted? Next up is Jessica, please.
Hi y'all, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm a little sick, but I'll try and project the best I can. So my name's Jessica. I work at Project Silk. We're actually located downtown, like 5 minutes away on Wood Street. We're a drop-in center for LGBTQIA youth of color. We service ages 13 to 29. We offer free HIV and STI testing during our hours of operation, which are Monday through Thursday, 1 to 8. We also have a lot of fun workshops and really cool programs that focus on art. We saw a lot of y'all's art. We make like a lot of similar projects in our space. We also do dance workshops, cooking workshops, we have a food pantry and clothing closet. We have those nights. We do a lot of great stuff. We link people to different social service needs like housing, employment, education resources, all sorts of stuff.
Okay, thank you. Can we get a round of applause for Jessica? Next up is Maura.
I'm Maura Bailey. I also work at Project Silk. I'm a peer navigator, peer tester. What that means is I'm of youth. I do use the space, but I'm also an employee. I do testing for the youth, STI screening, HIV, and I also help with a lot of recreational work. Not only do we do testing there, but we do have, like she said, games, and we have makeup, hair products. Once we hair, we have beauty day, cooking class. There's a lot of fun things to do down at Project Silk. If you guys are familiar with the 412 Youth Zone, it's the same building. It's on the M floor.
Okay, now you are welcome to ask all types of questions. Please keep them appropriate and be considerate and answer questions. Raise your hand. Jalen.
Sorry, I couldn't hear him. What's your name again?
Me? Maura.
Oh, I got a question.
Did anybody have any questions? Okay, well, I have a question. So, I mean, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable.
Speak up.
Like, and I know y'all, like, sexual oriented, like, if you're comfortable with it.
I am pansexual. That is, to break it down to easier terms, I can have personal relations with anyone who I have a personal connection with. It doesn't have to be one specific gender. It can be any gender, if that makes sense. And I do go by he, her, she, him, it. Don't matter. Just don't call me an F word.
So my pronouns, well, that's not quite pronouns. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I have very fluid thinking, so similar to pansexual, but it's just like, I like to use the term fluid, which kind of recognizes that attraction is on a spectrum, rather than just putting it in a box. We like to say like, I like boys, I like girls, like we have to be so boxed with it. But I just kind of, I'm more open to it, but I, at the same time, don't identify as bi, which some folks might who are fluid thinking, but yeah, that's kind of how I like to explain that.
That's what they meant. Somebody probably said it out loud.
No, no, shit.
My pronouns are he and him, and I am so gay. I invented gay.
Yeah, my question now.
What's up, Jalen?
So, it's to any of y'all, it doesn't matter. like, where y'all at now, did you see, so at our age, like high school students, did you see any issues with getting to where you're at? If you get what I'm saying, based on like sexuality and relationships.
So for me personally, I'm sorry. For me personally, I am 28 and I just started getting more comfortable saying that I have fluid thinking and my attraction is more on a continuum. I feel like when I was younger, maybe around y'all's age, are you 9th through 12th grade in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was like around that age, like I was more afraid to be vocal about it because I didn't want to be judged by my peers and by like, my family and stuff like that. But when like I left my hometown and like got away from like my family and stuff like that, I was able to express myself more freely. So it was difficult in the beginning, but I think if you do have allies and you do have friends that like you trust, that can be a lot, not easier, but it can be more comfortable to kind of express yourself in that way and talk about it.
Personally, with me, I'm 24, so I was in high school 2 years ago. That's 7 years ago, a long time ago. The hardest part about my sexuality was the family thing. My family didn't like it. That's the biggest hump I ever had to get across. Luckily, I ran into the gay community, the bars, and something along those lines. It's the bond that we have together that we share. We all have a pain. We all been through the same thing. So that's what got me where I am now.
I'm not only am I so gay, I'm so old. And I grew up in the West End of Pittsburgh. I went to Langley High School, if anyone knows Langley. I went to Schaefer in Crafton Heights. And this was 19th Road. And I thought I was the only one in the world. There was no television shows. There was nothing. I thought I was the only one. And I thought if anybody found out, it not only would destroy me, it would destroy my family. So to actually be sitting here at a school that is celebrating Pride, I just want to cry. I mean, to think of how far, when you live through change, it seems to happen so slowly. But when you look back and I think of how far that we've come, and because, that's what with Pride, we celebrate the people who came before us and all the people who did all the fighting for us and stood up and used to raise their voices so that we could be here today. And that's really incredible.
Okay, well, my question is like,
They also had a question.
oh, sorry, go ahead, Dale.
Are any of y'all married?
Speak up, you guys speak up.
Any of y'all married?
I was supposed to marry George Clooney, but he changed his
Oh my God, he got me deep.
My question is, what do you guys think was like the hardest struggle of coming out other than coming out to your family? I know that was a hard thing for me. So it was like, was it hard to come out to like friends? Was it hard to deal with in the school? Like what happened while job or age?
Well, when I was your age, I went to New York one time. I used to do drag, okay? So I had to come back and I had to go to school. But I couldn't take out my hair because it was in dry. It was sewed in. So I went to school with long hair. It was the craziest life. Craziest day of my life. Funny, I got a little bullied, but I was a little ratchet back in my day. Don't be a fighter, but I had to fight, and there's a lot of things that you gotta go through, but other than that, it was actually easy.
Did you win the fight?
Always.
With the bundle. Yes.
I think for me it was just feeling like I could only be out in certain places. Like I could be out with this group of friends, but I couldn't be out with my family, couldn't be out at school, couldn't be out at work, you know what I'm saying? And I still feel that way to a certain extent. That's when I'm like grown up, you know? So, I don't know, but I'm kind of still like on that journey, I think.
Yeah, that's a journey that never stops. I'm still coming out. I'm still coming out in new spaces. I'm coming out to myself too, and just really, the thing about growing up queer is you really get separated from your true self. And so your life is about kind of putting you back to finding out who the real you is, getting rid of all that hate that's stuck on you and all those horrible things that are said to you, and scraping that out of your head. And that's a lifelong journey. And I'm still on that.
Okay, I just wanted to know if you like agreed or not. So, without when you're coming out, or even when you're already out, do you think it would be easier for you to do that based on the people you surround yourself with, or the type of ads that your family is already giving you on?
Of course. I believe that if someone's telling you it's wrong, you're not gonna come out and say it. It's like a big norm. It's like everyone's saying this thing's bad, it's bad, it's bad. You want to sit there inside yourself and hold it. It's bad. It makes conflict with who you think you are, because I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like repeat everything you said, but I agree with what Mary's saying. Like, and with your question, like, yeah, I think it does have a lot to do with like the energy that people around you have. You can tell a lot about people's response to you sometimes before you even say certain things, like based off of like their facial expression or their body language, or like if they're cringing, like as you're about to answer the question, you know, that kind of makes you. It makes me at least like kind of feel off put, and then I don't really want to like let you in like that, you know. For sure, it depends.
Ditto.
So, like, how does it make you feel that people, I don't want to say this like in a offensive way, how does it make you feel that people don't agree with the way you live your life? Like, being gay or LGBTQ is a lifestyle that people live all the time. Like, how does it make you feel that people disagree with that?
Haters are going to hate.
I'd be like, oh, damn, you're mad.
I think that queer people are the strongest people in the world.
Yeah.
And what we put up with and what we have to deal with. And you have to be yourself. You can't spend your life trying to change somebody whose mind is never going to change. You know, you go, you do you, and think whatever you're going to think. As long as you don't pass laws against me, I don't care. Absolutely.
Did any of y'all tell y'all parents about, I mean, not what happened, but about what Yeah, I want to hear stories too.
Y'all really want to hear a story?
Yes. We're coming out to family, because I support it. Family support it.
Just don't make me cry.
Okay.
Don't make me cry. Just don't make me cry.
I'll let you go Okay, so the first time I tried to tell my mom that I was gay was when I was about 12, 13 years old. I was into writing poems and short stories, so I wrote a little book. It had my boyfriend in it, it had me, and it was really, really graphic. But I just didn't put my name in it. I put my description in it, light skin, green eyes, stuff like that. So I gave her the book. I said, Mom, read my book. And it was telling her basically about this little boy who was gay and was scared to tell his mom about it. Maybe it went over her head, maybe it didn't. A couple years later in high school, a couple years later in high school, I was doing drag hiding, changing outside, going back home, changing on the bus, taking off makeup and stuff. And one day, my ex-boyfriend got mad because I didn't want to date him anymore. He called my mom. I don't know how he got a number. Called my mom. This was when we had house phones. Okay.
So he called the house.
I didn't even get that number.
Right. He called my mom acting like his grandma. and he told my mom I was gay. My mom snapped out. It went totally left. She hit me with a shovel. I ended up moving out with a new boyfriend. Still had to go to high school from Duquesne out there, but I had to go to Woodland Hills. So that was a walk.
That's a walk. Oh, walk.
Not at all.
But after a couple years after graduation, me and my mom had a conversation. We sat down, actually talked about it. She basically was just scared of losing me without actually getting to know me. And that's what I'm trying to change that now.
So I have like a short story. Not exactly like Mara's. And it's not with family actually. It's with my best friend here. Not from here originally, from Wisconsin actually. Very, very small town in the Midwest of Wisconsin. But I went to undergrad in Alabama, and then I came to law school. So I've kind of been moving around a lot. And since I've been here for like 4 years now, I've been trying to get more comfortable with myself, because you're constantly learning about yourself. You're constantly becoming more comfortable with yourself. And I had a conversation with a friend recently, and like I kind of told him, hey, I kind of feel this way. I kind of like have this more fluid way of thinking. It's not so boxed in all the time. He didn't believe me. He was like, because we were having some adult juice, we were having some wine, and he just kind of like laughed it off. And I was like, no, I'm being serious right now. And then he's like, oh, okay, like, thank you so much for telling me. And he identifies as gay, so like, I think I thought like he could be confident, and I could go to him because like we have similar ways of thinking, and like he's dealt with like a lot of different things that I myself am afraid to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I was comfortable going to him. So that's a short story.
My family's crazy. So me being gay was just another crazy jewel in the crazy crown. When I did tell my family, I was very young, and we just kind of pretended that I never said it. We never talked about it. And then I became very politically active locally. And I have the same name as my father. I'm a junior. So suddenly, Ted Hoover starts showing up in the newspaper. I'm a homo, gay, everyone's gay, and letters to the editor, and my pictures on the front page of the paper. And my mother called me up once, and she said, if you're going to continue to do that, can you change your name? You're embarrassing your father. I said, well, tell him to change his name.
Like, excuse me, but you shouldn't have named me that.
Okay, so, I'm not saying that anyone in this room doesn't know, but like a lot of my friends, specifically not from here, don't understand the difference between being a confused teenager who doesn't like think about yeah, thank you. And the difference between that and being like queer.
So I think you can be questioning, because you know that Q and the LGBTQ can be interchangeable between queer and questioning. So I think that's like the perfect answer. Maybe just some folks in this room or like your friends, whoever you're talking about, like you can be questioning. And when you say can be confused, like it can be offensive to them sometimes, like, oh, you're confused, and it can be kind of degrading. But to say you're questioning, like you're figuring things out, like it's kind of a good way of thinking it. That's just my style.
I feel like everyone comes out as if someone decides not to go on with it, and that's just what it is, but it's all a matter about time.
Yeah, why do they even need to live?
Did you ever get like that a million times you called the face?
I knew it was over when I was playing with dogs.
People told me that. People would say that when I was, this is a different time, but I would tell people I was gay, and they'd say, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, I am. To show you, be inappropriate, but yeah, I'm cool, got it. The question that she asked is, how did we feel when marriage equality became the law of the land?
Well, how I felt about marriage when it became legal, personally I do not believe in marriage, so I like it for everyone else. You know, it does give everyone an equal opportunity to do marriage or be married if they want, but personally I don't believe in marriage.
Excited, just because I am an advocate for equal rights and things of that nature, so it did excite me, and I kind of thought like it's about time, but it was very exciting nonetheless.
Years of theater training. You know, it's funny, I've been an activist for a really, really long time, and I remember when the marriage equality battle started, I thought, why? It's never going to happen, so why are we bothering? And I don't know that, I don't particularly believe in marriage myself. I just thought it was a big waste of time. But then, if straight people can do it, then queer people should be able to do it. The reason straight people should only be the ones who are miserable. People can be miserable too. But then I have to say, my best friends, they've been together for 30 years. And they got married 4 years ago, and I was at their wedding. So, I mean, if they can do it, then we should be able to do it as well.
How did y'all know that y'all were?
How did you know that you were LGBTQ?
There used to be an actor named Bobby Sherman. He was in the TV show in the 60s.
You're crazy.
That's how I knew. Exactly how I knew.
How did you know?
You ever see that video on Facebook with that little girl that said she accidentally?
Let me see you. Oh, that was your man? Okay.
I was about 6 years old, and I would watch that show every week.
Oh,
If I could, you really like that show. Get out of the way.
Okay, well look, my question is a little deep, you know what I'm saying? But I've had
please
friends.
don't make us cry.
Don't cry, y'all. Even if they do get a little emotional, don't cry. But like, I have friends that are gay, queer, whatever they want to put themselves in, and they were getting bullied so bad to the point they attempted suicide, and luckily all of them, you know what I'm saying, didn't, you know what I'm saying, yeah. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, have y'all ever had to experience that, or what advice would you give for kids that do get so low to that point that they try that?
Okay. So I'm a social worker. That's what I do at Project Silk. So I do interact with folks that do experience having suicidal ideologies and things of that nature. And when that happens, we usually make a safety plan, which consists of like them identifying somebody that they're able to call when they're feeling that way. It's always good to just have that one person you can reach out to. If there isn't a person they can reach out to, there's always different agencies they can reach out to, and people will stay on the phone with them. They have 24-hour hotlines. They even have people that can come get you if you feel like you are going to be an immediate harm to yourself. And there's phone numbers you can call for services like that. I was going to say one other thing. Oh, and accessing safe spaces, like going to Project Silk, for example, or going to these other safe spaces that we're talking about today can be very helpful for people that don't think they're alone. I know you said you thought you were the only one, years ago, and nobody is the only one, so as long as, there's other folks that feel like you feel, I think it can be really powerful.
Also, the crisis hotline, you definitely can call that whenever you feel like you need to talk to someone, you feel suicidal. They're always there to help. And personally, I would tell, if you know someone who's going through phases like that, I would tell them to around themselves with people that like in this room. Having these meetings could even help prevent those things from occurring.
Just this video, we talked about the Trevor Project, which is a nationwide, they have a 24-hour nationwide suicide prevention hotline for LGBT youth. And they also have something called Trevor Space, which is a moderated, it's kind of like a Facebook community. And it's a safe space. You know, I do a lot of work outside of the city, in some very rural places that are scary. And, you know, and I get calls from, hi, I'm 15 and I'm gay and I live in Renfrew, PA, and nobody knows. What can I do? And I can tell them about Trevor Space because it's moderate, so it keeps the haters out, it keeps the creeps out, and kids can share experience because, again, you're not alone. And sometimes I think our risk of self-harm is so high because we do feel alone. Even in a crowd, sometimes you just feel like what I'm going through, no one else understands this. And Trevor helps that. Anybody
else have anything to add on? Any questions? Yes, Sherry.
I just wanted to say, is there, well, I think they might, like, I'm just here to watch, but they might ask this, but is there any, like, thing that you can give to people who haven't came out to, like, anybody?
Like resources or stuff like that? Like,
No, like, ways to go about telling, like, your family or your friends.
Yeah, so like there's a, alright, let me think about that for a second. So I was gonna answer that either way, but somebody else will first.
Don't do it until you're ready to come out. Don't let anyone force you to come out. Don't feel like you have to come out. You'll come out when you're ready to come out. And a moment before is too soon. Come out when you feel comfortable. And with some people, you don't have to be out to everybody. It's not essential that you're out. Sometimes families won't be safe if you come out to them. So don't do that to yourself. Trust that you're gonna know.
Yeah,
I agree with that. And I really like what you're emphasizing, like when you feel comfortable. And in the same breath, I want to say sometimes it's natural to feel uncomfortable. It's natural to feel it's natural to feel scared. We're making any sort of big decision, so don't let that fear scare you from having that moment where you can come out. But sometimes, like through fear and through being uncomfortable, we grow the most, and it can be a really, really, really good thing. So like, don't let the fear tell you can't.
She got a question, Jonah.
What motivated y'all to keep y'all head up and not let nobody get y'all down?
She said, what motivated y'all?
What motivates them to keep their head up?
Personally, what motivated me was the ballroom scene. If you guys don't know too much about the ballroom scene, it's Vogue, the thing that's dropping around. Well, yeah, we have a short little Vogue scene in Pittsburgh, and my friends were in it. They collected me. We started learning how to Vogue. It brought me to a completely different world. And we all were in the same struggle. We all had the same thing. We're all gay. So that kind of uplifted my head. That's for sure.
I think just I keep repeating myself, sorry about that, but just surrounding myself with like positive people that I knew were going to give me that good energy and I knew were going to uplift me was really like what helped me keep my head up. And I have faith and like I have inner motivation and strength and things of that nature that I lean on, you know. So that's what helps me.
That's all very empowering. I go to the dark side. When I was in high school and I was being bullied, relentlessly being bullied by everybody there, I would think, Well, if that's what straight people are like, I absolutely don't want to be that way. And that's really how I got through high school. I'm not going to be like that. That's not mentally healthy. That's what I did. That's what I did.
She got another question, Joanne.
I want to say just ask.
Yeah, but I have so I have friends, her parents is not accepting, parents not accepting her, and her parent makes her act like she's something else in front of her siblings. Do your parents ever make y'all something else that your siblings don't come out like y'all?
I personally haven't had any experiences with that. I was never told to be someone else. I mean, she said it, but she can't make me. I talk like this. I walk like this.
Similar to me, I didn't have that experience. But I know folks that have. Like, I know plenty of folks that have had their parents say, like, you better not bring that home, like, or I'm going to kick you out, and, like, threatening. You know, like, that's definitely a lot of folks' experiences, and it's definitely a difficult experience, you know, and a very isolating experience. You feel inauthentic. You're like, oh, okay, I can't be this me at home, but I can be this me over here, though, you know. It's a lot, you have a lot of stress and pressure.
That's where the me changing outside where she used to come in at because she didn't like that. My mom can't take Tamar. That's my girl name. Tamar, yeah, she don't like her.
Do you ever go by your actual name, your first name?
Absolutely not.
Anybody else have a question for Rafa?
I have a question. What advice do you have for allies that would like to support their LGBTQ peers?
Great question.
How do allies show support for their LGBTQ friends and peers? Let them know you love them. That who they are doesn't matter. That you love them. And the question that we get a lot is, if somebody's trashing somebody, someone's saying really horrible things, what do you do?
Stop it.
We don't confront people, because confronting never solves. Two people screaming at each other, nobody's mind changed. Just talk about your personal experience. Well, I haven't found that to be true. I have gay friends. They're not like that. They don't say those. They don't do those kind of things.
Educate the uneducated.
Yeah.
But don't fight them. There's no point in fighting.
And like show up for your friends. If you're saying you're an ally, show up for them. And yeah, don't fight people, but you can call people in. You can call them into a conversation, like I think both of you are saying. I think one of the worst things allies can do is stay silent. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're silent, that's just as bad as saying the offensive thing or doing the offensive thing. So say something and be there for your friends. You don't have to say you don't have to argue. I'm not saying that, but be there and call people into conversation.
Do you guys do the day of silence here? It's like a whole thing with the LGBT day of silence. You actually Google it. Yeah. When you go to school, you don't talk over all day. There's a contract. You gotta look it up on Google. I'm gonna show y'all.
Day of silence. It's like the second or third Friday of April.
Oh, okay, I have heard about it. So, what advice would you give to the LGBT youth that have to come to school and deal with bullies? Because I know in this school we have a bunch of people that don't accept it at all, and they're always using the phrase "that's gay" or "you're a faggot" or like that. That is just it's not cool. But I know some people they're scared to even do certain things around certain people because of the simple fact they're scared of, you understand, what would happen.
Are you talking physical or vocal?
Vocal usually doesn't get physical unless someone takes it that far, but more vocal and verbal abuse.
They use so seriously negative
verbal,
kind of colors.
Yeah, it's real bad.
And it's like a lot
the
of times
verbal
you
abuse, you can always tell your peers or your I never able, talk to teachers, stuff like that. But personally, when I was in school, I didn't really care for verbal abuse. I ignored it. If they're calling you gay, if they're calling you queer, I mean, if you're identified as that, what more can they call you? You're speaking the norm. You're calling me gay, okay? Thank you.
And I think like for teachers and faculty and like other folks, staff that work in the school, it's important to set a tone and create a culture and like a environment in the school where that isn't happening as much. And I don't know how to do that because I'm not a teacher.
We set safe zones. Like, we set safe zones. Like around the schools, if you do like this, some teachers, they say safe zones for kids that are LGBTQ, that we're talking about things where that have a problem.
Well, that's amazing, and I think that's great having safe zones. And like I hope one day the whole school can be a safe zone. You know what I'm saying? So like if like somebody is harassing somebody verbally, like they should be able to tell a teacher. And I'm not saying that the kid that's doing that needs to be penalized, but like they need to have some sort of sit down conversation about why are you using that word, why do you think it's okay, and like tell me what that word means to you, and like have a conversation about it, so it doesn't keep happening. Otherwise, it just perpetuates and turns into like this thing that's okay. If you're saying like that's okay, like you can do that, but it's not, you know.
Yes, involve faculty. It is the law in Pennsylvania that they have to keep you safe. And if you do not feel safe, you need to tell administration.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
My question is really like yes or no. So, gender, is that a social construct or no?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, can we not get into this?
Yes, yes, it is a social construct.
That's just my opinion though.
Okay.
My question is, like, I have a friend who's gay, and he hasn't, like, come out yet, but, like, people are starting to notice the signs, so I don't know how to, like, address the people to, like, not tell who he is, but, like, tell them to back off.
Could you use the microphone too, because some people back here can't hear.
What do you mean by signs?
There is no sign for being gay. I know some people that look very, very straight and is not gay. I know some people who look very, very gay and is not straight. So when you do go around,
Y'all know what he meant. Y'all know what he meant. He knows people that look gay but are straight. Y'all know what he meant.
You didn't say that.
Like you know what he meant. You know.
We get it.
Keep going, we get it. Forget them, I'm listening.
No, you were answering the question. She was saying like she has a friend who is gay, and the signs are starting to become like relevant, and people can notice, and like she wants to know how to like help out her friend, and that's people are like calling their
Are
friend
people
out.
coming to you and asking you those questions? Like ask you, is he gay or something like that?
Yeah, like, they're like, hey, it's so gay, like.
if they're asking you those questions, tell them to mind their business.
Period.
It's really none of their business.
Period.
Also, you can just, again, inform people that are uneducated, some educational facts or something about what is gay. There's nothing wrong with gayness, it's a thing now.
It's been a thing,
It's
right?
a thing.
It's been a thing. That won't affect them, right? Like, if they know, like, if your friend's gay or not, it's not gonna affect them, you know? So, kind of reiterating that. And, like, not outing your friend, obviously. Not being like, yeah, but I don't think you would do that. But it's just important to remember that, you know?
And I have a question for you. Does everyone here know why June is Pride Month?
Oh, that was one of my.
It's not, can you tell me please?
No.
No, it's not.
Can you tell me please?
I forgot. I swear I forgot. I just researched this and it's crazy because I forgot.
There was a bar in New York City called the Stonewall. And Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera. And the police used to raid gay bars. That's what they did. They would take a paddy wagon down to the bar. They'd just take everyone in the bar, arrest them, book them, and then and then publish their names in the newspapers. That was a police raid. It happened all the time. It used to happen here in Pittsburgh all the time. One night in June.
bars here?
On June 29th in 1969, the police went to raid this bar called the Stonewall, and for the first time in history, the bar patrons fought back. They got the police barricaded inside the bar and tried to set the bar on fire. It went 3 nights of riots in the village in New York, and that's when people refer to the Stonewall Rebellion or the Stonewall Riots, that's what they're talking about. The following year, a woman named Brenda Howard, a bisexual woman named Brenda Howard, decided to have a parade to celebrate the Stonewall, and that was the very first gay pride parade in the history of the world, was that 1970. The first pride parade in Pittsburgh was in 1973.
Okay. That was our last question. Do you guys have like any comments, concerns? Y'all cool? Alright, cool. So, panel members, can we please give a round of applause?